Deanna, are you out there?
I am, Rick. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Fantastic. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let's get started. Well, I'm very excited about tonight. And Rick, thank you so much for opening the call up for us. Tonight is a short webinar all about the Slenderiiz system. And I'm just incredibly blessed to have Dr. Marlisa with us tonight as well. And tonight we're going to talk about the problems, the solutions, and some of our clinical trial results. So this is really exciting. I'd like to take the time now and introduce Dr. Hurt. Dr. Marlisa Hurt is just a remarkable person, and I'm really lucky to actually call her a personal friend. And she is a member of our scientific advisory board. And Dr. Hurt has worked in the anti-aging, weight loss medical community for years. I mean, she's the person that doctors send their patients to when no one else knows what to do with them. So she's really fantastic, and we love her, and we're very lucky to have her. So Marlisa, are you there?
I sure am. I'm so happy to be here tonight.
Fantastic. We're happy to have you too. So let's get rolling. Let's talk about the problem of being overweight, kind of the yo-yo system. Many of you might not know this, but I was a yo-yo dieter for many years of my life. I was actually 65 pounds heavier than I am now, and I've done it all. I've done the diet, my metabolism slowed down, I end my diet, I go back to my eating, I gain my weight back, and I go back on another diet. I've spent so much money on the dieting industry and dieting gimmicks and dieting pills and dieting shakes and all that, with just no luck whatsoever for any type of permanent weight loss. And it's a really vicious cycle, and quite frankly, it's emotionally draining. And what it did is it spurred an 11-year eating disorder. I was an 11-year bulimic because I didn't feel like I had control. And what's interesting is this cycle has consequences, serious consequences, if you stay in the cycle like I did for so long. You know, Marlisa and I were talking about what those consequences are. And Marlisa, will you share?
Oh yeah, this is just such a crazy cycle, this whole typical diet industry. And the longer you stay on these diets, the more stress hormones are released. And this really sabotages your future success, because the more you go up and down in your weight, the more inflammation is actually generated in your body. And you end up being much more unhealthier at the end of an up and down weight loss cycle than if you'd never tried to lose weight to begin with. And this is devastating and frustrating when people continue to try and try and try to find something that will really work, and they get worse and worse results. But this is our body's built-in way to protect itself from starving to death, and these hormones really control our ability to gain weight and to burn fat and keep it off, and then also the rebound weight gain.
Yeah, well, this is a cycle that so many of us who have tried to diet and feel out of control have been in. And when you look at the facts, you see this photo really should be me. Because when you look at this image, what do you see? You see a girl who's overweight, and she's losing weight, and now she's smiling because she's skinny, she feels good, and oh no, she's gaining the weight back, and she's gaining more, and oh, oops, I lost a little more, and now at the end, she's heavier than she ever was before. The facts are this: 2/3 who lose weight in diets gain their weight back in a year, and 98% gain their weight back and more within 2 years. This slide should truly be me, because this is what I went through, and it's not fun. And you know, typical diets just don't work. Did you know that 30% of people are trying to lose weight, another 30% are trying to prevent gaining it back, and Americans spend billions of dollars a year on dieting and weight control programs. Billions. I mean, Marlisa, that's insane, isn't it?
It is absolutely insane, and it's really maddening, because this $30 billion a year industry is actually just one big fat conspiracy to keep us all fat. We're told to eat less, exercise more, buy this fat-free, loaded with all kinds of chemical, packaged, fake food. This is what your body has been missing all along, is what we're told. And people are so desperate for a solution and so used to drinking out of cans and everything that they try these things one after another. And even a visit to a primary care doctor looking for help will often leave us feeling like, well, we've gotten this message that you must be fat because you're a big, fat, lazy loser if you're overweight. Because if you just eat less and exercise more, you'd have results. And we know that because of the hormonal component and also because of all the toxins in our environment today, that this is simply not true. In nutritional medicine, we know that it is not your fault if these are the things that you've been doing.
Yeah, well, it feels like our fault. And what's interesting is not only are we spending $30 billion a year trying to lose weight or keep it off, being overweight costs a lot. I mean, according to the Department of Health, the government did its own study, and look at what it costs. Being overweight for men and women. For men, it's costing you like $2,600, and for women, it's costing you like $4,800 extra a year just for being obese. The extra costs in medical care and you name it, it all adds up. And people say to me all the time, well, it's really expensive to eat healthy or to be healthy. And honestly, it's more expensive to be obese than it is to be healthy. And I know, Marlisa, you have examples of people you've worked with who have switched their life and tried to lose weight, and actually they saved tons of money.
Oh, absolutely. Just recently, I was working with a woman who's just amazing with accounting and budgeting and everything, and she was a little bit leery about trying to switch over to healthier foods because she thought it was going to be too expensive. And this was somebody who was taking several prescription drugs and had really outlined all of the costs of her health problems, as well as, switching over to something completely new to possibly eliminate those other health expenses. But after she spent 3 months with me, she was astounded when she tracked her budget, and when she saw that she cut out all of the junk she'd been eating, all of the meals through the drive-thru, eating off the budget menus. She found that as a single woman, that she saved $250 to $300 each month just by switching to eating healthier foods. So just think about how that would affect feeding a family of 4, for example.
I mean, the numbers are huge. They're really huge. And these problems are substantial, actually. And you see, all those foods that we think are inexpensive really have a huge price. Because if you look at the root cause of disease, I mean, we're bombarding our bodies with all these things for decades. And then we get sick, we get fat, we blame it on our genes. But you know what? According to science, our genes tell us something else. Science tells us something else. It's not our genes, right?
Right. We have been led to believe through media, popular psychology, whatever, that all of our problems are due to things that we can't control. And I have people come into my office all the time saying, oh, it's just the genes, I got this from my mother, or actually maybe it's my dad's sisters because they're both really fat and they have diabetes. Woe is me, I'm just destined to live a life of being fat. All while sucking down these corn syrup and chemical-filled liquids fortified with plenty of powdered trees and to make sure I'm getting enough fiber every day, all in the name of trying my best. I hear stories like this all the time, and it just makes me so crazy. I just want to say, for the love of Jenny Craig, all of this stuff is just making you fatter. It's time to step off the insanity cycle and find a real solution. This whole blaming it on your genes thing is just, it is not true. And cramming your body with low-calorie chemicals not only doesn't work, it makes your problem bigger and bigger because you're getting more and more toxic and less nutrients with every single point that you're counting.
Well, I have to say I've never heard for the love of Jenny. I like that. so let's just quickly overview here. We know the insanity yo-yo dieting. Diet, metabolism slows down, lose weight, get off the diet, gain it back. And for me personally, total emotional distress. We know that it's $1 billion industry. We know that millions of people are trying to lose weight and keep it off. We know that being obese costs you a fortune. It's really expensive. And we know it's not our genes. But honestly, there's even more serious consequences to being overweight. When you look at all the health problems, you know, when you look at the two biggest killers in the United States and Canada and Mexico and Australia and New Zealand, you look at the two biggest killers, cancer and heart disease, that is also falls into the problems of being overweight. I mean, can you address that, Marlisa?
Oh, absolutely. You know, these cancer and heart disease are the #1 and 2 killers. But we live our life every day walking towards those things without even realizing it. We have all kinds of symptoms that should be giving us the early warning signs that we are living our life walking straight towards these issues. And the truth is, whatever makes you fat is going to make you sick. And whatever makes you sick is going to make you fat. Just take a look at the list. All of these things are early warning signs of heart disease and cancer, the #1 and 2 causes of death. So interestingly, genetic specialists and environmental medicine experts have gotten together and agreed that your genes really only contribute about 5 to 15%. So we know today that it's not the genes, it's the choices that you make every day. And the general public is allowed to believe that all of these health concerns are just normal signs of aging, and we know that they're really not in nutritional medicine. We know that the quality of the environment that your body is surrounded by, this is what determines the quality of your health. If you have garbage in your air, water, and food, you don't get enough sleep, you have toxic negative relationships and stress, you'll feel like garbage while you're alive, and you'll end up dying much younger than you should. People think that it's their genes that cause high blood pressure. People think that it's their genes.
Marlisa, are you still there? Rick, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened with Marlisa. Rick, I'll let you work on getting Marlisa back on, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. I'll just take over. So what Marlisa was saying is, you know, people really think it's your genes that take care of, you know, blood pressure, cholesterol, you name it. I mean, erectile dysfunction, they think this is a genetic problem. And quite frankly, I don't know a man who thinks that that's okay. and it's important to realize that all these problems are real. We want to make you feel great in a bathing suit, but that's only a part of it. We're looking at the whole system, the whole problem, and there's a lot of problems associated with being overweight. And I was stressed out when I was overweight, 65 pounds heavier. I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't want to go to the beach. I didn't want to be in a bathing suit. I avoided pools. I didn't feel good about myself as a person, and that honestly sucks. And so as a company, we want everyone to have the best life they can. That is how the Slenderiiz system was born. Weight loss is important to me because I struggled. And we knew as a company that we wanted a comprehensive program because what's available now in the market doesn't really work. And it creates this vicious cycle. And what I mean by a comprehensive program is a program that really addresses the needs of most people because people gain weight for different reasons. And we wanted a program that really had a lot of those answers. And what I'd like to do, before I go any further, I have several people on tonight that are guests who have experienced these products on their own, who have had really great results. So before I actually talk about the solution to the problems, what I'd like to do is invite out our first guest. And our first guest is Maria. And Maria, are you there?
I am here.
Hi, Maria.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you really great. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Maria, do us a favor. Tell us where you're from, and then please just share a little bit about your experience to our solution, our program.
Sure, Deanna. First of all, I am from Wisconsin, land of snow. I can totally relate to this vicious cycle that you've been talking about. Several years ago, I was in a very serious motorcycle accident. At that time, I was a major exercise person. Running was the love of my life, and I was a size 8. The result of that accident was that I had injured my back severely, and I was told I would never be able to run or exercise again. I had a really hard time even getting out of bed. I went up to a size 18. So I went from a size 8 to an 18. And if this didn't kill my self-esteem, the vicious dieting cycle did. I became the queen of yo-yo dieting. I tried every diet that was out there, from the grapefruit diet to the protein diet, cabbage soup. I tried bars and shakes and everything. I would lose a little and I would always gain it back plus more. So what happens? I would go and eat again. And it was just a vicious cycle. When Slenderiiz came into my life, I found it was really easy, and the thing that was great was that I was never hungry, and it kicked the cravings, and it has retrained my body to want the good, healthy foods. I was able to take off 32 pounds so far, and I am down to a size 12, but the most exciting part of this for me was that the doctors were wrong, and I was able to run a marathon this last Thanksgiving. And so Slenderiiz truly has given back my life, and it is just a really simple program to do. And you don't have to keep going on this yo-yo dieting and this vicious cycle.
You know, Maria, congratulations on running that marathon, and you look great. And you lost 32 pounds, you said?
Yep, so far.
That is fantastic. You know, I applaud you. I'm clapping for you over here, and I know the rest of the community is really proud of you as well. I thank you for being brave enough to share your before and after photos. You know, I know personally I can't even stand looking at my after photos. And congratulations on all your success, and thank you so much for coming out and sharing with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Okay, so we talked about the problem, right? And we've talked about how, as a company, we care about you having the best life possible. And to have the best life possible, we want to provide products that can help you down that journey. They can help you achieve your goals. And so let's look at the dynamic duo, the pillars, the X factor of our system, which is Slenderiiz and Accelerate. And you know, Slenderiiz is like the magic, and it was formulated to have that lasting success. And it was formulated to support your body's natural ability to get back into balance and to help with things that are critical for weight loss, like your appetite and your cravings. And, you know, we really wanted to make it simple yet comprehensive. And I know, Marlisa, you have a lot to say about Slenderiiz.
Yes, can you hear me now, Deanna?
I can.
Okay, we're back in business. Well, Slenderiiz is a really amazing product. In fact, it's the cornerstone of our weight loss solution program. And it's a homeopathic product, which means that these individual ingredients have been used by themselves for over 100 years to help thousands of people rebalance their health completely naturally. And we've combined an exclusive blend of these time-tested ingredients that when you use them together, they make weight loss simple. This unique blend helps to allow you to feel more satisfied from your food, releasing you from cravings. It curbs your appetite and it flushes fat and toxins. So Slenderiiz is really unique in its cellular detoxification effect. And what I mean by that is it like refreshes your brain's Wi-Fi. It affects the way your body responds to the food you eat, which is why this was formulated for lasting success. It's really an amazing product.
Well, we all love Slenderiiz. It's like the superstar, but let's not forget about its sidekick, Accelerate. Because Accelerate is a beautiful sidekick to Slenderiiz, and they come together in the program when you buy the kit. And Accelerate is this really beautiful blend of B12 and biotin and vitamin C and herbs like ashwagandha, and quite frankly, I just like to say ashwagandha, and rhodiola rosea and green tea leaf. And remember, when we look at this, when we looked at the problem of weight loss, we really wanted to make sure that we did our best to address everyone's issues so that almost everyone on the program would have success. That's the goal. And we're having a success. We're having success in China, in Taiwan, in Japan, in Mexico, in Canada, and the United States, all over the world right now. I get pictures from all over the world of people who are having success, you know. And I know this product, Accelerate, Marlisa was really involved with me. I mean, super involved when we were formulating this. And I know, Marlisa, this is, you know, like a little baby of yours, and you got a lot to say about it.
Well, we chose all the ingredients because we know that people who are chronic dieters and even people who are just beginning, who are eating a typical lifestyle of convenience foods, their brain chemistry gets changed by this environmental stress as well as the stress, the emotional stress from being on a yo-yo dieting cycle. So replacing our B12 is really, really key. So that's why this was the #1 ingredient in Accelerate, is the B12. B12 deficiency is such a widespread problem in our world today. And anyone who's been on birth control ever has a chronic B vitamin deficiency that sabotages metabolism due to estrogen overload. And we know that men and women alike are already getting way too much estrogen from the chemicals in the environment and the tap water already. So B12 deficiency prevents you from absorbing your fat-soluble vitamins that are mandatory for a high metabolism and creating energy. And it's hard to do anything when you have low energy. But the longer that you stay on the yo-yo dieting cycle, the more stressed your brain becomes, and the more you need these beautiful restorative B vitamins, as well as these adaptogenic herbs that help you break this cycle and beat the depression that goes with it.
So that was a lot of big words, and it's super impressive. But basically what she said in human terms was that Accelerate is a beautiful companion because it helps with your metabolism, and it helps you with just, you know, even your stress and your energy, because honestly, if you don't have energy and you're super stressed out, who wants to even start a weight loss program? It's hard to do, and it is stressful. We feel like we have created this ultimate weight loss program because we've got supplementation to help replenish deficiencies and to support your optimal metabolism. We've got a real whole food clean diet. I mean, the thing is here, you're not buying packaged food, processed chemical packaged food that just keeps you in the cycle. You're eating a huge variety of really clean foods. You've got so many foods to choose from on this program to help rebalance yourself. And we've added this other really great aspect of the program that is some detoxification where other programs fail. And so I'd like you to take a look at this image and understand that this system isn't a diet. It's a side effect. It's a beautiful side effect because people end up losing a lot of weight. But the system is designed really to help you have the best life ever. You know, and Marlisa, I know that this is an important distinguishing factor, especially for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because in nutritional medicine, we believe that every single health condition has a root cause of either one of two things: a deficiency, which means you don't have enough of the good stuff you need to be healthy, or a toxicity. You have way too many unwanted substances, anti-nutrients that create roadblocks to health. So when we're talking about obesity and unwanted fat stores, it's actually a combination of both of those things, which is why typical diet programs fail. If you eat less when you're already low on the key nutrients that fuel a high metabolism, you make everything worse. You have crazy cravings because your brain is trying to help you wake up and eat something so you won't starve to death. And the toxicity issue is huge. This is a huge roadblock to healthy weight loss. Understanding the reasons why the body makes fat to begin with is really key here. So one of the ways that the body protects itself from the environment that we live in today is that our bodies create fat as a storage center for toxins. This is what gets the unwanted chemicals away from our organs to keep them clean and functioning really well. If you just use calorie cutting and over-exercising to try to burn fat without detoxification or cellular cleansing, the brain perceives the new, smaller body as being more toxic. So if you look at the picture on the left, all those toxins are stuffed away in the waistline and the hips and the thighs. But when the body gets smaller, all those toxins are squeezed into this smaller body, and your body is actually more dense with toxins. So this triggers a protective action by the brain to release hormones that cause more fat to be created when you go off the diet. This is what triggers the rebound weight gain that keeps you on the insanity cycle. But when you nourish and purify your body while you're burning the excess,
I think we lost Marlisa again. She's having some technical problems. So luckily I know this material like the back of my hand. So I'll just pick up unless she's back. So what she's saying.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're back. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with our program, you nourish and purify your body while you're burning excess fat, and you have everything you need to be able to create lean muscle. You're nutritionally balanced, cleaner, smaller body, maintains a now naturally high metabolism, while routine cleansing manages toxins. So rebound weight gain is no longer a factor for you.
And this really distinguishes us from other programs is that we take every factor into consideration. You know, we don't want you to get into this loop of a cycle. So we want to provide, you know, a vast array of products to help you get the best results you can. And I have another guest with me tonight, and that I'd like to bring out really quickly, and his name is Michael from Canada. And I know that Michael went on the program, and Michael had he's a young man, and he had some good success. Michael, are you there?
Hi, Deanna. Yeah, I'm on.
Hi, Michael. Do us a favor. Tell us where you're from in Canada, and tell us about your success on the program.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. My name's Michael. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. And through my experience with Slenderiiz, let me tell you how I came about with it first. Like, I was pretty much heading towards being overweight, so I wanted to make a difference and lose some weight through using Slenderiiz, and I saw my mentor lose about almost like 67 pounds in 2 months, so I wanted to try it out for myself. And I know some people are pretty skeptical about losing weight, and I didn't believe him at first, so I thought to myself, I try it out and see what I can do for me. And being on the product, I had, like Deanna said, I had some good results. I lost about 23 pounds in 30 days. And honestly, it's not really about a diet. It's pretty much it's a lifestyle change for me. Like when you think about losing weight, you probably think of a minimal list of food that you probably have to stick to, but the variety of food choices was quite a lot, and I was still able to eat some of my favorite foods. And like being on the product, it wasn't very hard at all. It was pretty simple, using it every day, and it just, I don't know, it just made me, it gave me a lot of energy as well.
Well, Michael, that's awesome. Congratulations on our success, your success. And you look fantastic, and way to represent Canada.
Thank
you know, it's fun to have Canadians on the line, and congratulations. You really look good. I mean, 23 pounds in 30 days, that's fantastic. And thank you for sharing your shirtless photos, and your new shirtless photo looks fantastic.
Thank you.
So congratulations, and thank you again, Michael, for coming out.
All right, thank you so much, Deanna.
And you know what Michael said? He said something interesting. He said, I had a huge variety of foods. This is what your plate looks like when you're on the product. you can have all the vegetables you want, and you can have fish and chicken and nuts and seeds and some fruits and healthy fats and water. I mean, you really have tons of options. And on our websites, we have an incredible list of approved foods and recipes, and it's just there in abundance. So most people tell me that they have a hard time eating the amount of food that I want them to eat on the program. I mean, that's a great complaint to have, correct? Now, we've heard from Maria, we've heard from Michael, and they've had great results. And I've heard from tons of leaders in the company and people from all over the world who've had great results. But we wanted to take a step further, and we wanted to test this ourselves. And so we decided to run our own placebo-blind clinical study, and actually Dr. Hurt ran it for us on the East Coast. And we wanted to see the data for ourselves. We wanted to see the blood results. We wanted to see the measurements. We wanted to have people who weren't involved in the company trying the product and have it really be run as a clinical study. And that's what we did. And what I'd like to do is share a little bit of the results. And really one of the most fantastic results was 90% of the clinical trial participants reached their weight loss goals. Now, we knew they were going to hit their goals, but Marlisa, this was really quite great, wasn't it?
This was extremely exciting to be a part of and to watch. And one thing I want to mention here is even the 10% who missed their ultimate goal, they were within a couple pounds of their goal. So every single person had tremendous weight loss success. These products really exceeded my expectations. And when we looked at people who just used the Slenderiiz and Accelerate in addition to a healthy calorie counting meal plan, plenty of water, 20 minutes of walking at least 5 times a week, you know, the standard things that a doctor would recommend to try to solve your obesity issue or just to lose weight. We looked at people who just did a standard diet like that, and then people who used our Slenderiiz and Accelerate as well, and they lost 50% more weight using Slenderiiz than people who just dieted alone.
I mean, that must have made you very happy.
Yeah, that was really, it really exceeded my expectations. I was blown away with the results.
And you know, it's why we call it our X factor. It's that extra push, that extra support to help you release that fat, and that's fantastic. And when you look at our clinical trial results, I mean, let's get the exact numbers here. On average, women in the trial lost a half a pound a day using our products, and on average, men lost 2/3 of a pound using our products. And Marlisa, is this what you expected?
Oh, not at all. I didn't expect to have results anything close to that. I really figured best case scenario that if we compared this program, the ultimate program putting all these different components together, I expected if we compared this to prescription drug weight loss programs that I've been a part of before, I guessed that people would lose just under a half a pound a day. But our results were almost twice as good as that. And when people used the entire Slenderiiz family of products together, we really had phenomenal results that just kept me in suspense every time I checked in with these people. It just blew my mind.
That's awesome. And I want to give you all a visual. See this visual of this gross, disgusting looking blob? This is 5 pounds of fat. And we had clinical trial participants lose that much in 6 days. And the slowest losers, the ones who lost it the slowest amount of time, lost it in 10 days. Think about it. In 10 days, you could lose that gigantic blob. I mean, honestly, Marlisa, how did the trial participants feel about their success?
Oh, they were so ecstatic. I mean, the results not only exceeded my wildest expectations, but it was just so amazing to be able to watch these people find new belief in their body's ability to get lean and healthy, many for the first time in years of trying to lose weight. A lot of these people were so hopeless at the beginning. You know, almost every single person in their entrance interviews was thinking that they would be the one person that would let me down in this program and that it might not work for them. So to watch them to go from being so hopeless and discouraged to exceeding all of our expectations, it was just really thrilling to watch these people emerge from the body and the beliefs that they had been trapped in and come out as energetic, lean, healthy people who had found belief in themselves again. Their confidence levels coming out of this program was just as impressive and amazing as their weight loss. It was really, really incredible.
And I know you worked with them for a long time because you did their measurements, you did their food blogs, I mean, you did their blood work, and so you really followed them and you ended up getting close to them. And I know it's emotional for you too because you really saw people transform their entire lives, and that's that's such a gift, and we're really grateful that you ran that. And I know the clinical trial participants, because I've met so many of them, we're just so grateful for the work that you did with them as well. Now, we've been talking about our other products, and what we've done as a company, you see, you can buy Slenderiiz and Accelerate all by itself, and it works, and quite frankly, it works great. And then we have a few other programs that are based on supporting you, that are based on what your needs might be. This is what we call our clinical trial program, and it's got all of our additional other products. And the great thing is when you add our other products that work within the system, we saw 3 times more weight loss. And in adding these supportive nutrients to the body really helped the body get more success. And you know, Marlisa, I know you have something to say about this as well.
Oh yeah, you know that this is my passion. I mean, you can call it the clinical trial program, but I call it the Stop the Insanity program. Because when used together as a system, the Slenderiiz family of products all work together for the best results. And because our program nourishes as it purifies your body, this activates your own healing mechanisms, eliminating the concern of rebound weight gain and ensuring record results in record time. So this is the key difference that makes our program so completely unique. While most typical diets require you to starve yourself thin and keep increasing your exercise to continue to see results, ours is the exact opposite. We saw results that were twice as good as I've ever seen using any other program in a clinical setting. We accomplish these kinds of results by flooding the body with nutrition. Appropriate supplementation during weight loss provides the key nutrients that open the door to ultimate metabolism and hormone balance, which is so critical to have long-term weight loss success. We shut down inflammation with the healthy fats, and we clean the body from the stored toxins as they are released during fat burning. The result is that when your body is leaner and cleaner and its nutrient stores are at its peak, you have no cravings. You're not a candidate for rebound weight gain because the toxins that trigger the fat storage and the rebound are gone. And your brain is so happy and satisfied because it was not forced to starve. It was fed really, really well. So when you've used the Slenderiiz system to rebuild your body with optimal nutrition and detoxification at the same time, you've chosen the solution to become lean and strong as well as healthier than you've ever been in your life.
Well, I like the way that sounds. And you know, remember, we have different programs depending on your needs. And you can choose, and all the products work great. And we've made it easy for you to choose, you know. And we have several different options. So you can always get with whoever sent you to this webinar and hear about all those options. And here's the interesting thing is, not only are we unique and completely different from everything that's out there, that if you go out and you look at the cost of what it takes to join like one of the big 3, it's super expensive per pound. And then when you look at our Take It All program, Have It All, and we have other programs that are less expensive as well. When you do our Take It All program, our cost per pound of fat loss is so much less than all of our competitors. And I think that's remarkable. It's a comprehensive program that is incredibly priced right when you look at the market at what it costs to actually lose fat. So we have another guest with us tonight. And this is, our next guest is actually from Seattle, and she went on the program as well. And I'd like Nita to share a little bit about her success. And Nita had a lot of success. Nita, are you there?
I am.
Hi, Nita.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, thanks.
Hi.
Please share with us, you know, your experience, your success. We want to hear about it.
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, I really want to thank you for having me here, and I want to thank you for these products because they have totally, I feel like I'm reborn, and I owe it to the Slenderiiz and to the RX products.